Okay, I had to restart because, yeah, I had a problem. I was going to shut down. So I'm going to start over again. I don't get this. Why is it most of the time when I like look at different channels that have to do with colorism, you see that they always seem to have a connection to another country. Like most of the time, in my experience, you see people who are like, for example, Chrissy, Queen Chioma, different people, okay? I am Aloho, etc. Where they're African or they're Caribbean or they have some connection to those types of places. There's a correlation here, but I don't get why. I feel like it has to do with some of the issues that are in those countries. So, for example, you know, in those countries, they have a big situation with bleaching. You see the Caribbean people. I saw a documentary on it, and there's tons and tons of people just bleaching, and they had this scary, like, bleach bath situation going on. It's, he was like, the skin was coming off while he was in the bath. It was really creepy. I think Light Skin Guilt does that channel. She did a video on it. Um, but it was really creepy. And I've seen other shows showing how the Caribbean people love to bleach their skin and they have an issue with their skin tone. Same with a lot of people in Africa. What I don't get is how come they come here and they complain about colorism, but they won't complain about the bleachers at home? Like, that is something I don't understand. And I've said this before, but I really want to know, like, why is it when it comes to bleaching and when it comes to colorism, you guys don't go back home and focus on the fact that you guys, have an issue with your own personal skin tone before you look at people of another complexion and blame them for anything. Because, I mean, like, light skinned people didn't make themselves light skinned, they're naturally that way. You getting upset at them more so shows that you're of the same mindset as someone who is bleaching, basically. So, someone who is a bleacher, for example, to me, I don't get how come bleachers are, never really talked about when it comes to colorism when they're the ones who are the most openly, you know, promoting colorism and promoting you to be seen as less than. If there's anyone else who can confirm that light skin is less, is better, um, who else can do it besides a dark skinned bleacher? A dark skinned bleacher can prove that because they are showing that their dark skin isn't worth it. Their dark skin is so bad that they're willing to risk their lives, go through cancer or whatever else is going to hit them and kill them and hurt them because they decided to put some weird chemicals on their skin to look lighter. And you mean to tell me you are more concerned about someone born light skinned than a person who is actually actively showing you how bad they think dark skin is? That to me shows that you don't care about the value of dark skin. You don't care about dark skinned people being treated less than. What you care about is the fact that you feel inferior because you are darker skinned, because you are of the same mindset as the people back at your home country. So that's my issue, is that often I find that when we talk about skin bleaching, when we talk about the people in your country that have this big problem in your country, that you guys brush over it and say it's a shame because the light skinned black people make us feel like we have to go through that. You're blaming other people for your own actions. You're taking no accountability for the way you think of yourself when nobody is made or forced or, obligated to feel like dark skin is valuable besides you because you're the one with the dark skin. So how are you you get this. White people, for example, white people don't go to black people. They didn't go to black people when they first met black people in Africa and said, "You're supposed to value my skin tone because I feel like my skin tone is nothing." No, they asserted their skin tone as what they thought was ideal for them, and you know, accept it or leave it kind of thing. So, why can't you do the same thing for yourself? Why don't you have enough of a self esteem to love yourself and actually point out the people who don't love themselves as the problem rather than uh, being angry at people who are, lighter skinned and can't help the complexion they were born with? So, that's just generally my issue with this. It's like so many of the people who complain about colorism are the same people from the same countries that have issues with bleaching. And bleaching has to do with dark skinned black people. Again, many of the time when it comes to colorism, it seems like it's implemented by dark skinned people in one way or another. This way, it's just another way where they define how bad dark skin is to them. And that's a shame. You should probably call that out more than you call out the fact of saying that somebody is holding a lighter skinned person up over a dark skinned person up. Because, like I said, you should start from within, because your problem is within more than it is outwardly. So that's all I have to say on that. That's all I'm gonna say. Thanks for listening. Bye.